Hi everyone, welcome to this new episode of JPreneur. So just a quick update. I wanted to mention why I haven't been posting videos for the past 4 months. Basically, given the pandemic, I thought it was going to be smart to just pause for a while and start learning things and doing things that would be beneficial for me, but also that I could then translate into relevant content for this channel. And so for the past 4 months, I've been trying to learn how to get into software for entrepreneurship and software development for startups. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking about what were the things that I've been doing so far, and how I'm getting into the world of software and what I'm learning, and also in the meeting, in between, I'm just going to be giving updates on things that I've been doing as well that are non-software related. So about 5 or 6 months ago, when I shut down my startup, a friend of mine or someone who I met in one of these startup events told me that they needed help in their startup to get clients in the US. And so this startup is a software development hub that has offices in Austin, Texas, but they work mostly with teams in South America. And given the pandemic and everything, I told them that a smart thing for them to do would be to use LinkedIn as a tool to find clients in the United States, because LinkedIn is a very powerful tool, and I had used LinkedIn to talk to airlines when I was building my first company, so I knew how useful this tool was going to be. LinkedIn is a crazy tool because if you post something and you just follow what the algorithm wants, you can get up to 50 times more reach than with any other social media platform. And even though I'm not a marketing expert, I just knew that by tweaking things around and learning how to use this tool, it would be really good to use it for getting clients. So I talked to the CEO of this company, and he liked the idea, and he told me, why don't you give us a hand? And so I accepted, mainly because I wanted to learn how to use this tool myself, since it's so relevant for business, and I didn't have a marketing background, but also because I thought it would be smart to work with a software company that works with startup companies to know more about how startups develop their ideas and do things. And so far, it has been a great experience for me. First of all, I started, looking on LinkedIn and just seeing if I could get clients, and then the clients started showing up, and I started talking to them, and then I realized I was very good at consulting startups and how they should develop their ideas. And so I then moved into more of a software consulting role, where if there's a startup that wants to develop something, I would just say, well, you should use this tool or this other tool, and follow this path. And so I'm happy because some of those startups are doing really well right now, and I'm going to be able to interview those founders to be on this YouTube channel to talk about their experiences. And what I realized is that all startups need software. So please keep that in mind. So all startups need software. That's a very important phrase, because if you think about it, and especially now with the pandemic, which has exacerbated the problem of going digital, or not a problem, but the tendency of going digital. Everyone needs a website, everyone needs a mobile app, everyone needs to have a database structure, or just a development team in general to do infrastructure, connectivity, even hardware needs to be integrated with software and the internet. And so I thought that it would be smart for me to start learning a lot more about software, and to not only cut costs significantly when trying to build something on my own, but also to sort of maximize the potential I have to create companies and to study. So I'm going to be talking about those two things. So right now, by the way, I'm working on a smart tea infuser. It's going to be hopefully my next company. I couldn't post a lot more content because I'm working on the development side and the prototype and things, and so I can't really post about it because some of the stuff is confidential. But I'll see if I can give updates on how the project is going. But for now, we're just in the design stage, so nothing too crazy. But going back to the software thing, I realized that it was going to be smart for me to transition into it. And so, one thing I started doing, for example, was to go on Udemy and start taking software courses. For example, right now I'm doing a course on CSS to do website development. Even though I'm not interested in web development, I want to know in general how it works. And then, from those concepts, you can then recycle to apply to mobile development and creating apps and doing stuff. So, those courses are really helpful. I am also very happy because I got accepted into the University of Waterloo in Canada, or near Toronto, where I'm going to be pursuing a master's in electrical and computer engineering, but most specifically, I'm going to be specializing in software engineering. I think I've already talked before that I wanted to apply for a master's degree in Canada. I am very happy that I got accepted into my school of choice, and I'm going to be posting a lot more videos on how the or what classes I'm going to take and how those classes work, and what's the goal of learning software engineering and how those concepts can be applied to creating companies. And I'm going to be starting this master's in 2 months from now. So it's going to be a great thing that I'm going to be able to get those technical skills in school. And so maybe you're wondering, well, then why did you choose to pursue this path? Basically, I thought that software in general, just learning software, is the greatest return on investment for knowledge that you pursue in school. So what I mean by this is, and this is thinking more in economics terms, you get the maximum utility for what you pay and what you study. And I believe this is the case because in other disciplines, when you learn, you just memorize things, go on a test, pour those concepts, and then you forget about mostly everything. And this happened to me mostly in engineering, where I learned a lot of math and a lot of physics that I'm just never going to use ever in my life. That I have there as background, but I've already forgotten almost 80% of what I studied. So I do have the sort of way of thinking as an engineer, but those concepts were just not that useful for me after I graduated. So I thought, well, the good thing about software is that once you start learning something, then those skills are recyclable and that they can be translated into other things, and you build upon what you already know. And so it's a great resource. It's also the skill that's in highest demand right now in the job market. So being an immigrant and wanting to move to Canada, I also wanted to prepare myself with the skills that are in demand or in high demand in that country. And I also think that the great advantage about software is that you don't really require a lot of capital to start a company. So contrary to the projects I've already been working on, such as Flycart, I don't need that much capital to build something. So for example, another thing is with Flycart, my first startup company, I had to pour in thousands of dollars to be able to get a minimal prototype to just show the concept, because we were working with carbon fiber. And so right now, I'm very happy because I just applied for the non-provisional patent. So hopefully later in the future, once the whole situation gets better and airlines need to innovate, I'll be able to get back to resume the project, or perhaps sell the patent or license the intellectual property. But it's just building my foundations as an entrepreneur. This is, if it gets approved, hopefully it's going to be my first invention as an entrepreneur. So this is great, and I'm very happy that I did what I did. But I still think that from now on, if I want to grow as fast as possible as an entrepreneur and build companies and work on projects, not only am I going to need to know software, but I'm also going to have to build something that's software related, that's scalable and requires low capital, to get off the ground and be able to start building something that then can grow fast, so then I can get into hardware. Don't get me wrong, my goal really is to know how to do smart devices. So I'm really interested in the Internet of Things and how devices communicate and interact with humans, and how you can merge both the hardware and software world together to add functionality and just create sort of technological environments that severely enhance whatever it is that you want to accomplish. So yeah, I'm super happy that I had the opportunity to start this master's, and to be accepted into this master's, and have the opportunity to you know get into software, which is something I'm very interested in now. So yeah, other than that, I have nothing else to add for now. I just want to say that I'm going to be adding a lot more content related to the startup founders I've been talking to, and I'm going to be really talking a lot about software as a tool for entrepreneurs. Hopefully, everything that I learned, I'm going to be able to document that and post it on this channel. And so I hope you enjoy the next videos I'm going to post. And if you have any questions, just please write down those questions in the comment section so that I can answer your questions. So thank you very much for watching, and I'm very glad that I'm back to posting cool content for you. Bye.